to Metals 100 at PDAC 2025. We're so glad to have John from Rokmaster today. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Good morning to you.
Morning. So Grace, let's start with a quick introduction. Can you tell us more about your company?
Okay, Rokmaster Resources is a British Columbia Canadian company trading on the TSXV Venture Exchange. Our company started in about 2011. We had projects in British Columbia and Peru. We were exploring there, and as the years went by, we would test a number of projects and exchange them for ones that were better all the time. We had an option recently on a large gold project north of Revelstoke, British Columbia, which was owned by Huacan International Limited, a Beijing company, and drilled that, added another 1 million ounces to it. We wanted to renegotiate a payment on that and were unable to, so we gave it back to them, dropped the option on it, and we now have 4 properties in the same area. We own them 100%. We don't have to make any more payments. We have just recently received drill permits for 2 of those properties for drilling, environmental permits, etc. for the drilling. We have new projects in an area called Nechako in central northern British Columbia, in between Prince George and Smithers. And those properties are new, and we own them. We have an option on 2 of them for 100%, and we also have claims we own 100%. They're close to highway, close to any access. There's roads on the properties from logging companies. Easy access. We have now just received all the drill permits for those properties. They are near the newest gold mine that just went into production in Western Canada, and it's the Blackwater gold deposit, and they're producing approximately, or they're going to plan on produce about 280,000 ounces per year. I guess that'll make it the largest gold mine in British Columbia and British Columbia's history, and that's right adjacent to our projects. So our targets are similar, to look for large, low-grade, open pitable gold. My interest is larger copper gold porphyries. We're looking for porphyries, large ones. Our geological team is made up of world-winning geologists like Mark Rebliati and Jim Oliver, and they have themselves discovered several billion pounds of copper and several 100 million ounces of gold. These guys have found giant deposits. They're currently working on a new discovery north of us in British Columbia for a company called AMark, and they're on our team. We worked together when I was 15 years old, so I know those guys pretty good. We're going to enjoy a good year this year. We do not have, of course, a very strong share price, but that's an opportunity for new investors. We're not rolling the company back. We don't have an issue with that kind of a capitalization issue with float, so we're going to remain with a lot of shares out, but the only concern we have is making sure our objectives are met, which is to make discoveries. Those discoveries will increase the share price always, and increase the market capitalization always. We're looking at new projects, one in Europe and another one in South America. Those kind of acquisitions I'm looking at are very large. They're difficult, but my experience is good that way. Any of those acquisitions would increase the share price tenfold. We're only at 2 to 3 cents. So it's pretty easy to enjoy a rise in the share price.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have a team. This is something that a lot of people don't realize, is that there's 1,000 public companies out there. There's not 1,000 teams. There's about 20. I'm one of them. I got a great team. We've built mines before, not just exploration, but actual production in the base metal sector and in the precious metal sector. So we'd like to... Give me another question.
Yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive introduction. Yeah. So can you tell us more about the priorities of this year?
Priorities are to raise funds to do drilling on 3 of the projects while the weather is good, which means seasonal work. So we can do that starting in the summer, going in towards the winter. All of our projects are accessible in the winter, except the ones near Revelstoke. So the priorities are to get drilling, to make discoveries.
Yeah, perfect. So about your financing strategy, do you have any for this year?
We are going to be doing a financing for that drilling at this level. We'll do both straight financing, which can be participated in by anybody, and also flow-through shares. So if you're a Canadian resident or British Columbia, you can participate in that, and that'll be at a higher price. But you have the attendant tax deductions or credits you can use for that.
Wow, wonderful. So can you tell us more about your management team and the experts?
Okay, so on our management team, myself, I've been in the business, as I said, since I was a teenager. I've built a few prizes, won a few awards. You can Google me if you want and check that out. The other team, our members are listed in our presentations, which are available online at our website. We do have presentations for all the projects on there and some technical reports. We have a chairman who is Australian, Canadian, both, and he's a fund manager, runs a family trust of a few $1 billion. He's an experienced mining investor. We have advisors who are, like I mentioned, the geology consulting team of Reb Liati and Oliver. And we have a young geologist working for us, which is very important. He's very knowledgeable, young man. He's tutored underneath of those older fellas. And he's the vice president of exploration for us, Connor Malik, doing a great job. And he's also becoming very familiar with permitting, which is a very important thing. Community relations, that kind of a situation is important in our country. We have Aboriginals that live nearby. We have small communities. Got to make sure they're all part of the team too and move forward. And we always want them to feel like it's going to be their mine if we discover something, not just ours, theirs.
Yeah.
And we have, of course, connections with drillers that are good, the best drill company in the world, that drills all over South America, Europe, as we speak. Personal friends, we can always get a drill.
That sounds
a team, for that.
That sounds like a consolidated team.
Well, we're, you can tell by looking at my hair that been around a while, so we've learned how to make sure we can get across the finish line.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. So lastly, about the market, how do you guys gonna position itself to fit the market trends?
With regards to the market, you're talking about metals market, or you're talking about, okay. So the metals market, we've just, for instance, today had an inquiry from a fairly large mining company that's just put together a team to look for critical minerals. In Canada, there's a list of critical minerals that you qualify for different tax credits on that exploration. And of course, people are more interested in finding critical minerals now just because the increase in demand is going to cause the price to go up. If that increase in demand isn't realized because of a slow economy, guess what? There's a decrease in supply. That'll increase the price of those metals regardless of the demand.
True.
It will. So we look, we focus on what we're good at. So we're looking at 2 of them or 3 of them that are on the list. Copper and zinc are 2 of the main ones. And we have a lot of that in British Columbia, for instance, and in South America. So we're looking for copper and zinc, and silver's not on the critical minerals list, but it probably soon will be just because of the high use in photocells for power. And what else? And then the zinc zones we have germanium and gallium in them, which is important for the critical, or for, high tech.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. So thank you so much, John, to join us, to bring this insight for us.
Wonderful. And I hope everybody has a successful year and enjoys their time.